everyone! Welcome to the Bach Chat, the show where we recap the best moments of each episode and reward them with our roses.
Hopefully it's a surprise that I like too.
I'm Jess Adele. I am here with Jamie and Kira today. Let's just talk really quick about who our faves and least faves were from last week.
Yeah, so from last week, I gave my frontrunner rose to Hannah Ann, and my death rose, of course, went to Kelsey.
Did all of our death roses
All
go
three.
to Kelsey?
Everyone's went to Kelsey, but mine was a split between Kelsey and Hannah Ann.
Right.
Goodbye, Hannah Ann. Except she's still there, but she'll be gone.
She will be there forever until the end.
The end.
Which, yeah, she was my girl too, of course.
So we're gonna make this about me now.
And my front runner rose went to Victoria P, and I'm really glad it did because this episode was an amazing Victoria P episode.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
But before that, Champagne Gate continued.
It continues, and I just have one word for you guys, and that word is finasco.
Finasco.
Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel bad because obviously Hannah Ann was just like so worked up in the moment. Like, she was crying.
No.
But as soon as she says
She just can't
the whole
speak English.
champagne finasco, like, she totally lost me. And I couldn't even listen to anything else she said to Kelsey because
I looked
that
up
was so
the
sad.
I looked up the word, and somebody like Bachelor Nation works quick because somebody had already made an Urban Dictionary post that was like finasco when you're having a fiasco on live TV.
Oh, okay, it's not about the champagne.
I don't even really like champagne.
Hannah Ann is still crying. She decides to confront Kelsey. It was actually really sad. Like, you can see she's really worked up about it.
The editing was beautiful, by the way.
Kelsey denies ever bullying Hannah Ann, even though we all saw what happened last week. She was really mean.
Yeah, she was
They
mean.
kind of talk it out a bit. Nothing really gets resolved. It's pretty much what happened.
It's just a big fat waste of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of crying, including the flowers.
I'm not a champagne stealer. I never intended.
Guys, just let it go. Can we please move on already?
know.
It's not
enormous.
about the champagne.
Yeah.
And the only good thing that came out of it was
Natasha, our queen. Yeah, she was just like,
Because like you just never know when someone's gonna like snap, crackle, or pop.
a true
the best,
legend.
the best.
One-on-one. This week's one-on-one, I immediately was like, Kira must be so happy.
I was so
'cause it
happy.
Victoria P.
Just makes me really happy.
So before the date even starts, Peter's like talking to the camera or something, and he's like, from the beginning, Victoria P always showed me that nurturing side of her. And it's like, yeah, she's a nurse. Like, good job for noticing, dude.
Peter is an incredible freaking man.
So then the date, basically they go to like a shop for cowboy boots.
cowboy
First of all, I was
shop.
like, he was like, this is my hometown, let's go to the cowboy shop. I was like, you're a Cuban from LA.
Yeah, I have that written down. He's from California.
He's from California. I thought they were in Texas. I was like, this makes sense. Then I was like, wait a minute, the show is filmed in California. What's happening? So they start out going to this like little cowboy shop, get some hats, some boots, very cute. And then Victoria starts dancing in her boots. She looks so adorable. And then they try and kiss while both wearing cowboy hats. And I don't know if you've ever tried to do that. It doesn't work. It's like the most awkward kiss ever.
I got my girl. Let's get out of here.
But still cute. So that was great, and then they moved on to a concert with them, you know, obviously another unheard of Southern country singer. And then they have their little dancing, and she, first of all, that seemed like a very stressful, like I would have been stressed, like walking into like, you're gonna learn how to line dance with like all of these people, and you've never line danced before. And she just like killed it, like a pro. She was just like natural on the dance floor. I was like, are you Julianne Hough in Footloose?
What, you can't keep up?
So then we get on to the night portion, and things got really real, guys.
My life, I just didn't always feel worthy of this.
Like, I can't remember what he asked her. I think he was just like, I want to get to know you more. And then she just unleashes everything, which we already knew because of her intro. But she talks about how her father passed away when she was young, mother fell into addiction, and then she had to take care of her siblings. They were like in shelters and group homes. It was hard. Like, it was hard to watch, but honestly, like, I love Victoria. Do you guys think Peter was kind of weird though? Like how he responded? I feel like it's hard to respond to.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, thank you for opening up.
Thank you for opening up to me and telling me that.
Peter's face when he was listening to her story seemed really genuine. Like he was almost about to cry.
Yeah.
And then obviously afterwards he's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm clearly not, I haven't been through this. Like she's just so good. She's effortless. She seems so in it for like the right reasons, which is very rare on this show.
Yeah.
could be my knight in shining armor and that he could be the person that I meant to spend forever with.
One of the best parts of the entire date, well, this actually happened, like, they showed the footage for this at the very end, like the after credits thing, where they're riding the mechanical bull. Okay, Victoria P got her revenge for the human gyroscope. I was like, true.
Yeah.
Go girl, get yours.
She killed it. She was like, bruh, and he was like, ah, and then Pilot Pete ate shit.
Oh my God.
He literally fell on his face. Would you, I mean, I think we're all in consensus here, but would you give Victoria P the one-on-one date rose?
Would you, Miss Victoria P?
I literally gave her my number, my social security number, my PIN, and I already named our children. So she gets my rose.
I think Kira said it all, but she definitely gets my rose as well.
Just be who I am with someone that I really, really like.
Put it up for Victoria P.
Oh yeah.
I think I could have found my dance partner today.
I think you could have.
Group date number 1.
Back, bitches!
Basically, the girls were set up to fight each other with pillows. I hate dates like this. I hate them so much. I hate them. I hate
They're the worst.
like fighting dates. Nobody wins in a fighting date.
I'm gonna whack somebody.
The girls just have to like literally like claw each other out, and then Peter's like. After a while, they stopped using the pillows and just started like literally climbing each other and like beating each other up.
I go in there, I see red, and I go.
Okay, wait, I need to
Very
say a thing
weird.
right away, because I don't understand like how you're supposed to win at a pillow fight realistically, like in that setting.
And then she just starts to sit on me. What am I supposed to do? Elephant sitting on a rat. How are you gonna get up?
So yeah, it was just like people like Tammy
Yeah.
knew what was up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I can't
Yeah.
win by just doing this for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
This is my kind of game, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Flipped
Yep.
whoever she was against and
Yep.
started using her wrestling abilities, but she got disqualified for it.
And Tammy has been disqualified.
I know.
So what's up with that?
And she
She's
was
going
probably
here.
the
I'm
only
upset.
person that was fighting clean because she actually like knew how to fight. But anyway. But before I even get into anything else, we need to acknowledge the fact that Kiara, who probably hasn't said a single word this season, said her last word and her worst word. Lingerie.
And inside of it was like a cute pajama lingerie set.
She was like, they got little packages of like costumes that Peter wanted them to put on, and hers was like a little lingerie set. And she says, oh my God, Peter got us lingerie.
I did not catch
It was awful. I have like, literally paste all the memes I've found of people being like, awful. And then at the end of the fight, you know, obviously the girls get dueled up and they have to fight. And Alayah, who's our star of this episode, we didn't even know who she was, and now she's apparently the center of attention.
Went from 0 to 100.
0
Way
to
too
not
fast for my
hero,
taste.
yeah.
Welcome home, Peter.
But Alayah ends up winning against Sydney, which I don't think she deserved to win. She literally was pinned down for 75% of the fight and then came up after a while and like sat on Sydney and was like, I win.
I am the champion!
So on to the night portion. Sydney versus Alayah continues.
I didn't hurt you today, did I?
This was a weird fight to me. Like, I feel like it wasn't really necessarily based on anything. Like, Alayah comes out of nowhere. Suddenly, this whole episode is about her.
Well, because she was loud and
I
drunk,
guess, like,
I think. Like, earlier in the day,
she seemed drunk.
the pilot hat on, and she's like,
Yeah.
like she was being very obnoxious.
Yeah.
Cheers, all of you bitches, I love you!
So basically, Sydney calls out Alayah. Like, she's talking to the camera in her interviews, and she's saying that, you know, Alayah's super fake. She feels like she's really rehearsed and just always turning it on for the cameras. And then she actually confronts Alayah about it. And my favorite moment of this confrontation was literally when Sydney to Alayah, she's like, do you like work at all? And I was like, did she really? And then Alayah's like,
I have 3 jobs.
it's true, like she's accurate. All of her answers seem really well rehearsed, right? Like,
Alayah is manipulative, she's fake, because she thinks that this is a game.
right? Like you can tell that
She's,
she's
like, always
a pageant
on.
girl.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she says. Sydney's like, yeah, I guess it is really hard to like open up and be your true self, kind of throwing shade at her.
Then you're not gonna be your real self to Peter, and like that's what he's here to find, is like a real person.
She threw so much shade, but Alayah didn't even notice. She was like, I don't know.
And when she was talking
Also,
one-on-one
like-
to Peter, she sounded so disgustingly
So
fake.
fake.
It was like, wait, what, you have a third voice? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm testing out that pilot. You know, just hanging out.
Yeah? You like it a little bit? Yeah?
So then basically Peter comes into the girls, confronts them, and he does something that I actually really liked, because if you watched Hannah's season last season, it was really annoying that Hannah would always kind of like get into these situations with Luke P where she didn't know what was going on and she'd be behind the scenes and asking one person, and then it's just like broken telephone. It never works out. But Peter was like, F that, like I'm going in and I'm literally gonna be like, you tell me to her face what happened.
Sydney, sorry to kind of put you on the spot.
And it was awesome.
I want to just kind of squash this now.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, but then anyways, so all this kerfuffle happens and Peter now has to choose who he's gonna give his group date rose to.
This will work for me in the end.
He chose Sydney.
The better of the two.
And she was the better of the two. I know she like technically tattletaled, but she didn't even say Alayah's name, so.
Well, I was having a really good day.
But nonetheless, do you agree with the rose?
I guess so.
You're Murphy?
It was just super awkward and weird, and I'm sure that there was a cooler girl there.
Yeah. She'll get a rude awakening sooner rather than later.
I do agree with giving.
Better of the two.
Yeah,
fine.
Sydney was better of the
Fine,
two.
Peter.
Wow, we
She
are
gets our
agreeing
rose.
so much.
I know.
Love it.
Did I miss anything fun?
So what moment of the group date gets your rose?
So for me, the whole Alayah and Sydney fiasco.
Finasco.
It just created awkward scenarios. I didn't think anybody really deserved the group rose, even though I love Sydney. I'm gonna give this to Tammy, because she killed it.
Tammy is like a little Tasmanian devil.
Yes. Yo, me too. Because she flipped houses and flipped people, and I respect that.
Honestly, I'm giving it to Sydney anyways. I think she was really bold. I liked how she, spoke to Peter about Alayah. Yeah. I like Sydney. I want her to go far, getting my rose.
And she has a job.
Do you like work?
Whose team are you on? Team Tammy or Team Sydney? Let us know in the comments.
Pool party!
Pool party? Pool party? Pool party?
Pool party.
Just a quick shout out to this moment. Like, you can tell that he is way into her than he is most of the girls. But I just wanted to mention the fact that Peter says, that's true. Peter says, Madison is so genuine. And I know that the producers put that in as a little nod to the whole genuine and real thing.
She's such a genuine person.
I think there's way more fire between him and Victoria P.
Yeah?
I think it's just like,
I agree.
I think he loves Madison.
I think he's
comfortable with Madison.
Because she's met his family already.
That's his
I think he has like real connection with Victoria P.
Yes. So then after all this little cutesy little Madison stuff, basically the Alayah and Sydney feud continues. So Alayah goes around to all her little girlies and tries to like basically make herself seem like less of the monster and be like, but you don't agree, right? And you don't agree, and trying to get everyone to agree with her. And it just so happens that the two people that agree with her are the two worst girls, Hannah Ann and McKenna.
I've talked to girls throughout the day.
Meanwhile, all of them are one-on-one talking to Peter one at a time, being like,
Oh, the cameras are here.
Best moment though of all was, I don't remember who she's talking to exactly, but she's like talking about margaritas and she's like, yeah, margarita. And then she turns around and is like, hi!
The best spicy margarita, jalapeno margarita.
Hi!
So basically Alayah and Sydney, after that, they have their first confrontation and they talk it out after what happened the night before. And Sydney is literally just like, I'm gonna let you know right now how I feel. And then Alayah is like,
It's one thing if like 5 girls are walking up to him and like, no.
And then Sydney goes,
Alayah,
I really
because they
think
don't
that.
have the balls to, and I do.
and I was like,
So Peter continues going around and asking the women, what's up with Alayah? What do you guys really think of her? What is she like in the house?
Yeah.
And of course, Peter knows best to go to sweet Victoria P because he knows he's gonna get the truth from her.
Yeah.
She's not gonna lie to him. Nope. She's real. We actually get a really big bombshell out of this confrontation because we find out that Victoria P, Sweet P, knew Alayah before this. They know each other from the pageant circuit. And Victoria P tells Peter that Alayah asked her to lie and not tell producers that they knew each other.
She did ask me to lie. I'm like, that's not who I am.
And then Peter confronts Alayah about this. I love how confrontational Peter is. He always just wants to like get to it, get the truth.
It's good, yeah.
He confronts Alayah and is like, did you ask Victoria P to lie to producers that you guys knew each other?
And caught her
face!
off guard.
She was like, face!
But tell the producers you guys didn't know each other before you came on the show. That's what we're talking about.
she's like this.
That's perfect.
Like
you
this.
literally see her eyes shifting and like racing through her mind like, what am I gonna say?
she's like-
How am I gonna spin this?
And then she starts like, bicycling her little high voice note, and she's like, No!
Victoria and I are friends outside of this.
It was so bad, and
So
she
bad.
comes up with
So
a
bad.
really obvious lie.
Literally the most terrible excuse
It was
ever.
a bad lie.
And she just kept being like, but no, Peter, I like you so much, like the way you're looking at me right now. And Peter was literally like this.
That doesn't look genuine.
Anyway, so that was the pool party. That's what happened. Who would you give your pool party rose to? Best moment.
Well, not who. Definitely not who, because technically it's going to Alayah. But like, no, it's not because of her. It's just because of the 5 octaves thing. Like, I want to give it to that moment.
Give it to the editor that put that scene in
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Like 5 octaves.
Who would you give your rose to, Jamie?
I'm gonna give it to Victoria P, just for her honesty, for letting us know that she knew Alayah, and just giving us more layers as to why Alayah is obviously being really fake.
Thank you for that honesty.
And then I'm obviously going to give my rose to Sydney because she said probably the most badass thing I've heard on this show.
I feel so much better now.
Rose ceremony!
Finally, a rose ceremony at the end of the episode. We said goodbye to Sarah, who we have never seen say a word. Goodbye, Jasmine. Goodbye to Alexa.
We
Gone
did
too
not
soon.
get to know you.
And goodbye to Alayah for now.
Also, shout out to McKenna's face.
Yeah, no, it was funky. I couldn't tell if she was going to faint at any second or if she was going to break her own jaw.
All of the
Like,
above.
right off.
Right off.
Front runner Rose!
Kelly.
Yay!
Not that we saw that much of her. It's more like from the 5 seconds we saw of her, I think she has potential.
Yay!
And ABC, please show us more next week because I want to see more Kelly.
Show us more
you.
boring Kelly.
Okay, but my actual frontrunner rose, of course, has to go to Victoria P. The true star of this
P.
episode, Sweet P.
Sweet P!
I love you, Victoria P.
My rose also goes to Victoria P. I'm just gonna put it up right away because I agree.
Just be who I am with someone that I really, really like.
I mean, look,
Ooh, it stings.
let me explain. She's my #1 girl, but after today, I gotta say, I am personally leaning towards Victoria P.
Ooh.
Are you happy? I think I would personally pick her.
Yeah.
But like, man, if these were my 2 final girls, I would be
Hey,
like
listen,
really
if
stuck.
Pete takes Hannah Ann, I will gladly take Victoria P.
It feels really good.
Death rose. I have 2 death roses. One of them I shouldn't even have to give this death rose. Peter should have already given it a death rose, and then the producers, scenes from our next episode, ruined my night.
Shut the front door!
My other death rose is McKenna, and McKenna's not really done much wrong. She just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
She's very annoying.
She is 21.
Definitely agreed on those 2. But besides McKenna, gotta give it to Kelsey. I think she's mean and therefore not right for Peter. And she gets my death rose for that.
Well, we can agree.
We happen to have 3 here. They all get my death roses. All of them should go. Make sure to let us know in the comments below who you're giving your front runner rose to and your death rose. So that is it for today. Make sure to let us know all your roses in the comments below and just what you thought about this general episode. It was interesting. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.